hello everyone. Well, the last day of the championship turned out to be very nervous for everyone who followed it. And for those who did not follow, I will tell you what happened on the site, the results, and in general how the tournament ended. Well, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and let's get started. On November 29th, the last day of the European Championship took place. Today the gymnasts competed for the individual all-around medals. Usually these are the most watched competitions and the most nervous. Today for the first time in a long time we got a non-Russian European champion. The last time this happened was in 1997 when Lena Nikolchenko won the gold medal. It turns out that 23 years have passed by. Of course it would be cooler if Russian gymnasts could perform and we would get a champion taking into the account their programs. But as we said every day, apparently this is the fate and a chance for the others. So Lena ISRAEL, representing Israel, became the champion of Europe. A gymnast who for several years pressed Russian gymnasts and even overtook them from time to time. An incredible gymnast, which was very nice to see after a huge break. The complexity and purity of Lena's performances, of course, was at the highest. Nothing has changed here since we last saw her. So she only confirmed the title of one of the best gymnasts in the world. And today she has become the best in Europe. The speed of execution is impressive, and what I especially liked was the selection of music and exercises. This year she has it super modern and unusual for gymnastics, and I really like it. I enjoyed watching the performances. True, it seemed to me that she gained a little weight, or she just looks powerful against the background of other slender gymnasts. The second was Alina GERNASCO representing Belarus. Here, of course, I experienced a different range of feelings in the format and joy for such a passage of all kinds. Alina went through all the exercises as well and consistently as possible. And of course, the saddest is that Alina is only second. It is worth explaining your sadness, because for those who did not follow this moment, it is probably not all so clear. It so happened that Alina and Lena scored the same number of points, but Alina took only second place. Moreover, the same amount was in the assessment of D and E criteria. And here, as yesterday, the fate of the champion was decided by the assessment of technical deductions. The most interesting thing that speaks in favor of Alina is that she scored the highest mark with all three apparatus, balls, clubs and ribbon, overtaking Lena, and only in the hoop lost a few tenths to her. In general, their leadership was very tense, because Alina began her performance with ribbon and in fact was not immediately among the leaders, but gradually approached Lena, and as a result in the last video they had a very small gap, and there where views were ahead, for which it was possible to get the highest possible marks, which actually happened. Overall, I am very happy for Alina, but it would be great if both of them were awarded gold medals. I think they both deserve that. Another gymnast of Belarus, Anastasia SALUS, won the third place and a bronze medal. But today she did not succeed in everything, but the complexity allows her to make mistakes. She's also an incredible gymnast whom I have admired many times in my videos. I love the emotionality and the feeling with the complexity of the exercises. I think many, by the way, start to notice that at big starts, Nastya starts to fail. She is more stable in the domestic tournaments, and when she performs consistently, her marks are also incredibly high. Although today they weren't bad either. In general, I think it is very cool that the world of gymnastics has become so competitive. When only new rules were introduced to the gymnasts of the Russian national team, no one even got close. And now, every year they have more and more rivals, and this makes it so much more interesting to watch the tournaments. The fourth place in the all-around was taken by the Bulgarian gymnast Mariana COLLEEN, also considering that we have not seen her for a long time. It was interesting to watch her. Cool routines. And I will shoot a separate video where I will tell you about my favorite ones. Write in the comments if you want such a video. The 5th place was taken by another Israeli gymnast, Nicole ELEXI. But Nicole, by the way, unlike Lena, on the contrary, seemed to get thinner and had added a lot of emotionality. If at previous competitions it was always something more about technique, now emotions have been added.
Bravo, Nicole.
The 6th place was taken by the gymnast of Ukraine, Yeva Milishuk. I think this is a very good result for Yeva, given that she took the place of Vlada Nikolchenko from the very beginning. Thus, in fact, she overtook the athlete instead of whom she was declared, and one might say justified the hopes of the national team. True, the 6th result for the Ukrainian gymnast is not something we are all used to, but let's hope that either Eve will be pulled up, or Vika will be fine, or Vlada will take her head and return to the level where she fought for medals and was a hope for a medal at the Olympics. But for now, I think you can congratulate Yeva with such a result and wish her a good luck in preparing for the other starts. The 7th place was taken by Katherine Psiva, a gymnast from Bulgaria, so a better result was also expected from her. But perhaps the lack of competition affected in general. Katherine's exercises are cool. The selection of music is also great. The 8th place was taken by Vlada Nikolchenko from Ukraine. Her, in principle, there is little to add. It's cool that Vlada proved her place in the team and at the same time went to the European Championship, and almost all the apparatus for Vlada went well, but her instability is still affected. She did not succeed in the exercise with the ribbon, which lowered her so much down the standings. I would like to wish Vlada a speedy recovery from the stress. If she returns to the form that everyone is waiting for. At least sometimes I get the feeling that Vlada is not yet drawn to the leader of the national team, judging by the last starts. The 9th place was taken by Zofia Ghanirami from Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan in this tournament is a master of surprise and a leader in costumes. Their new trend with minimalism has gone to me by no means. I admired almost every leotard that included gymnasts. It really is very attractive against the background of other shiny costumes. Well, I think I will also make a separate video with a selection of championship leotards. So write in the comments if you want such a video. In general, the gymnasts of Azerbaijan have recently made me very happy. A good generation is growing. Well, it is also very cool that coaches are trying to attract attention not only by the gymnasts themselves, but also looking for something new. Now we can say that the trendsetter in gymnastics is not only the Russian national team. While the top 10 leaders were rounded up by the Romanian gymnast Andrea VERDE. It is also very nice to see the Romanian gymnasts among the leaders of the European Championship. In general, if you pay attention more and more often, in the top 10 countries appears not only Russia, Bulgaria, Belarus and Ukraine, and the original leaders of rhythmic gymnastics, but also others. And this fact warms my soul very much and confirms that the fact that gymnastics in the world is developing and becoming more popular. Gymnasts took part in the all-around. Well, according to our good old tradition of the World Championships, I decided it would be cool to introduce you to the gymnasts who are from the bottom of the standings. As far as I remember, you liked this section. So top 5 gymnasts from the end. The 25th place in the all-around was taken by the gymnast HAGARMAN representing Bosnia and Herzegovina. Of course, for Russian gymnasts, such a performance may seem ridiculous, but don't forget that gymnastics in this country is only a developing sport, and it is instantly cool that they come to such tournament and show what other gymnasts can be. And even in comparison, it is cool to watch how gymnasts know how to perform their exercises. For the exercise with the ribbon, Khan, by the way, received only 2 points and 85 hundredths. I think this is also kind of a record. The 24th place was taken by the gymnast of Montenegro, Giovanna MARKovic. Here things are already better, and we are in principle familiar with Giovanna, although her ratings are almost 3 times less than the gymnast of the leaders. The 23rd place was taken by the Croatian gymnast Lena SAMBOL. I really like her suit with a ball. Well, here the performance is already similar to gymnastics, to which we are accustomed. The 22nd place was taken by gymnast of top is closed by Czech gymnast Denisa Stepankova. Well, some small facts from the championship. At the tournament, many countries, in order not to become infected with the COVID, refused the transport provided by the organizers, and the Israeli team did everything on their own, ate and went on their own transport, so some countries tried their best to play it safe in all aspects. But we'll see in a couple of weeks if something comes out somewhere. Well, now you can officially declare that the European Championship has come to an end, and videos dedicated to this tournament will definitely be released on the channel, because it was really instantly cool. I personally admired many gymnasts, and I will probably repeat once again that even without the Russian national team, the tournament was very interesting, for which I think many were afraid and worried. For us, gymnasts from other countries revealed themselves in a new glory. We watched the struggle for the first place, and now for the second and third as usual. So it was a really indicative start. I'm waiting for your feedback on the last tournament. What you liked, what you did not like, and what videos do you want at the end of the tournament. Well, many thanks to everyone who spent all these days with me. It was instantly pleasant to read all your comments. Remember that I love you all, and see you soon in the next videos. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and for now, goodbye. The video was translated and dubbed by Alexandra Sinica.